Welcome, everybody, to Dueling Aces After Dark for August 11th, 2026, and the continuation by request of Fantasy Football Festival, Pot 2. Joining me, as always, Sam the Man, running the big 609 Sports Talk Radio Network himself, all day, 24/7. And special appearance from our fave, Shane O'Mac. Daddy, how the hell are you, sir?
Not bad. I was just bored at home. Figured I'd see what you guys were up to. I watched a little bit of the Bearded Browns podcast, our buddies over there, and it was pretty interesting over there. And so I'm just here to hang out for an hour.
They're getting on the big time radio.
They are on actual radio now. Starting Saturday is their first show. So
nice.
Kudos to them on WOBL in Lorain County.
Yeah, congrats. I will be out of state for my first of multiple fantasy football drafts.
Are all of them out of state?
No.
Oh, just this one?
This one and one other. So I will be participating in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and consulting in 3 more after that.
I don't want to know.
Consulting?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't want to know.
Consulting. Well, first off, let me just speak for the off-camera conversation. George has a fantasy he's having this week. It has nothing to do with football.
Yeah.
Hey. You just leave Brian's Coney Island out of this.
I didn't mention that. You did. You made
I will send pictures. I will send pictures. The last time I believe it was 2 years back. The last time I went, and I ordered it, they wrote on each of the hot dogs in the mustard, Brian's Coney Island on each, and it showed on the hot dogs. I was like, that was cool. That was super cool. I'm loved that much. What can I say?
All good.
It's awesome. So, yes, consultant, I help my brother out. Friend of show, Mike Johnston. I help him out with his. Even though he is a big Steelers fan, it's okay. He pretty much knows he stays away from those guys now. But and then Joe at the barber shop when he's in on his league. So they usually ask, and it's kind of nice. The couple times Joe's won, I've gotten a free update on the haircut. So that's kind of nice, nice little trade-off.
Perks.
Just a little.
I added my third league this year. I reluctantly, but I can't say no sometimes. The third one is an actual live draft, which I feel like is few and far between nowadays. Like where everyone is together in the same room, talking all the smack,
Yes, and that's where I will be on Saturday. This is year number 33 for this year's draft.
That's craziness.
Anthony, there really won't need to be a mock draft because in about 3 weeks we'll be doing a draft on the show. So
Will we?
tune in.
If they could tune in if somebody makes sure there's something to tune in to.
We will be. We will be.
Never going to let you live that down. Never
Yeah,
going
I
to
know.
happen.
I know. Well,
I'm not going to let you.
I don't know if
a lot of things.
I don't know if
live down.
I don't know if the legality of Facebook would have bumped that off the air within the first 7 seconds anyway.
You had me and Adam both on camera. We would have been booted in 20 seconds at minimum.
Mm-hmm. So, for the new peeps out there, especially for those who don't know, had, like folks like my mom have even asked me, they're like, I should do that with you, sometime, because my mom is actually the one who's responsible for me and teaching me of football. So it wasn't dad, it was mom. And she said, yeah, you're going to have to explain to me how that works. Okay. Depends on what kind of league you want to get into, Mom. So I said, you definitely want to stay away from a dynasty. And you definitely want to stay away from the keepers. I said, because those are long-term. And if you've never played the dynasty is where once you draft, you keep your roster throughout several years, and you make adds and drops along the way. There'll be new small drafts that take place for what they call free agency, for you to have the chance to draft some of the rookies or other people who are out there in the free agency pool without penalties. And keepers, of course, is very extremely similar, with the exception of you get to keep, like my brother's league, you get to keep 2 or 3 guys, and depending on where you drafted that person or picked that person up at, that's the draft pick that you give up, and you draft in accordance with the rest of the order. And then there's the basic snake drafts that we do every single year. Clint, what's up? How you doing?
Hype, man.
Clint, the Ohio
good?
draft is next weekend on the 22nd. Or I'm sorry, the 22nd.
Yes.
That's when the Ohio draft is. What's going on, sir? How you doing? So, the 22nd is when the Ohio draft is, Clint. That Saturday. So, and as I said, we'll be doing a snake draft on that one, where basically 1 through 10 and then 10 through 1 on the way back. Some people kind of do 1 through 10, 1 through 10, 1 through 10. And I'm going, yeah, that's kind of not right.
That's not a snake.
That's not a snake. That's a linear, and that kind of sucks.
I don't know anyone does that. I mean, I'm not saying it's not. I've never heard of it.
I've been in a draft where it happened, and I was not pleased. A 5 sleeper draft, 3 1 NFL. All right. All right. I was going to say, you're getting close to Adam territory. What? I think Adam said it was 2 years back. He was in 11 different drafts.
Yeah, that's bonkers.
After a while, you sit there and go, all right, which league do I have what guy?
Yeah, right. So here's a question. I'll pose to both of you, in your opinion, what is the ideal number?
What of draft?
Of teams.
I've been doing this a long time. So for
Right.
me,
That's why I'm asking.
I don't mind. I think 4 to 5 is pretty good because I don't like to have the same. I'm really not a fan of kind of drafting the same guys. I mean, it all depends on the different scoring systems and such, of course, but I like to have different guys on different squads. I'm not a fan of it's like, oh, well, because if you keep the same exact guys as you're going through, it's going to be ugly because you have the one bad, if you got all these guys and they're having bad seasons, that means every single league you're sucking wind. So that's a dangerous
sure.
aspect to go into.
I
For anybody new doing it, 1 to 2 is pretty sufficient, I think.
I I thanks for that answer, but I meant teams in a league is what I meant. Sorry, I should have clarified.
Oh, 10. 10 is your dead solid number. 8 isn't bad. 8, you'll pretty much almost everybody has a superstar team pretty much. I mean, not too much.
Yeah, the league I've been in the longest is an 8-man, and it's a 2 quarterback league, so it gets interesting.
Oh my God.
It gets interesting, but I've been in that league. I think we're pushing 15 years. So the newest one I got in is 12, and the new one I got in
Ooh,
last year is also 12, which is different. It's different for me because I'm
it's
only used to 8.
difficult.
Yeah. So
Yeah, 12 is very difficult because
I didn't finish last, so that's all I was worried about. I don't want
you
last place prize.
uh-oh. What was the last place prize?
Well, they were this new one that I'm in last place. I don't remember what the other one league is. The new league is you have to do the ice bucket challenge in January, or eat like what were those hot chips?
The
The
ghost
one
pepper
chip
chips?
challenge. Yeah, the one chip challenge. It's either or.
Hypothermia, here I come.
Well, dude, in January it can be 50 in Ohio. It can
Uh-huh.
be.
Yep.
Can be.
You
Hey,
picked the
listen,
right
I
day.
get a couple 50 days in January in Jersey too. It ain't that freaking bad.
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah. Ice bucket, I'm in.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I ain't eating hot shit.
Nah, yeah, I'm not. I'm not doing that either. But here's the funny thing: I got invited. This is about 7 years ago. I was begged to be the last person in a league because they had no people to take it. And I'm like, why does nobody else want to join? He said, I don't understand. So I took the spot. I found out very quickly why nobody wanted to join the league. Do you know how many teams there were?
16.
You're close. Subtract 10. It was a 6. I said, yeah, I'm like that. I'm like, well, now you know why nobody wants to join this shit.
A 6-man league. I can't even imagine.
I was going to say, when I started, well,
Christian McCaffrey around 10 here. What are we doing?
the way that the MI Aces was launched was because it was a bet between myself and 2 of the other guys who are in the league currently. And at the time, Wayne Fonts was the coach of the Lions, and the Lions were sucking donkey. So we said, well, hell, we could do a better job. And we went and broke it up and had, I think it was 2 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, 6 receivers, 2 tight ends, 2 kickers, 2 defenses, because it was just the 3 of us. And the reason why it was 1 point per yard was because if I was keeping track of everything, I was pulling it out of the newspaper, and I was like, I am not doing any weird divisional breakdown math crap. I'm like, whatever's in there, that's what your guys get. And we ran with it from there. So we started with 3, and then within I want to say within the next 2 years, we were into 10 people easily and just went off and running. At one point, I had 20. I had a wait list and I had 20 people. And we did it as 2 separate drafts and 10 in one, 10 in the other. And the first 3 weeks, we had everybody playing within their own draft. And then weeks 4 through 12, interleague play. So you could have had Peyton Manning playing against Peyton Manning with completely different receivers. It was a lot of fun. It was a nightmare to keep track of, but it was a lot of fun. But I said, I'll never do 20 again. I won't do that again. I'm like, it's just going to be 2 damn separate leagues. But overall, it was. Yeah, no. I don't think so.
I don't even know what that is, and if you're saying no, George, I'm going to say, yeah, no, I don't think I won.
I don't need to partake in that.
Clint, you're killing me. You're killing me.
Pony Express. Oh, boy.
Well, wait, George, weren't you around when the first newspapers were ever invented?
Shut up, Sam.
Thanks, Clint, for the material. I needed it.
No, he didn't.
Yes, I did.
He did not.
There are 3 things guaranteed in life: death, taxes, and me trying to get kicked out of this show as early as possible. It's the only show on 609 I don't produce. Okay, I'm working my magic here. Okay.
Anthony, no, I've even done an auction draft a couple times. Those get ugly. And Clint mentioned he wants to do an auction draft. Clint, it is seriously ugly.
Care to explain? Because I don't even know what that is.
You get a turn. You'll get a position. One, say if there's 10 guys.
Okay.
You do get like a natural turn. And when it comes up to your turn, you will pick a guy. Everybody gets to bid on that guy. You don't get him. You pick who's being auctioned in that spot. And everybody gets to bid. And once that timer goes off, the person who had the highest bid gets that guy. And you only get a certain amount of money. You only get a certain amount of money. Football? So if you blow your whole wad, you have a certain
Sounds
amount.
like free agency.
I say this sounds like fantasy free agency to me.
Mm-hmm. We had a guy, I remember he wanted Brett Favre so bad. He spent, because you have to have a minimum of $1 for each round that you have to get a guy. So you have a $1 minimum for your 16 rounds. So this guy could turn around and go out of his 100, suck it right on down to bid $84 on Brett Favre.
Oh my goodness.
In the first round. And had to
so every other player he got was $1.
And everybody else, by the time the draft was into that last round, that's when he had $1 to bet on each guy. After the draft was practically over, he had $1 to pick up all the rest of his whole team. Because everybody would outbid. It's like if he mentioned somebody and he's like $1, and then somebody would go, I'm betting $2, and they'd take his guy from him. Yeah, it was. Oh, it was like brutal.
Sounds like he put himself in that position, obviously.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%.
Please put Clint's other comment on there when you get a chance.
Anthony, You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I was alive in the 90s, dude. Yes, it was. We did it on AOL.
Was there a 19 or an 18 in front of that?
Ooh. Whoop. Oh my goodness.
Get the ink dry on the freaking feather pens.
I need to tune in just merely to watch the comment section.
Unreal. Clint,
It's a
you're killing
weekly
me.
occurrence. I hope everyone is aware of this. We try to talk sports and whatever on this show. This is just how it goes.
As I always say, who needs enemies with friends like mine?
Right? So yes, so auction drafts are brutal. Yeah, Clint said he did one before. Yes, it is a very big key to be patient, because that is where you learn to pick quality over the abundance of, hey, okay, so like Josh Allen, he'll go for 30 or 40 bucks, but you only got $100 bankroll. You know, that's a lot. You're giving up 30 to 40 bucks. JSN could probably cost you 25 to 30. It depends on how many people want to bid up on them. I mean, if you're smart, you kind of wait and savor it off, and, you know, kind of keep yourself into a budget of going, all right, I want to try to catch guys between $8 and $12, you know, a couple of good ones, and you want to get in on those, and then that's it. I mean, because if you try to go for all superstar, you're going to find out real fast you're only going to have 2 superstars, and the rest of your roster is going to suck.
Yeah, hopefully you find the dark horse.
Go back to that comment again.
Jesus.
I had my own phone line, Anthony. Don't you worry about it.
He had one of the first telephones ever. Who you kidding? George is out there using messenger pigeons. Who are we kidding? Here's my first pick.
Yeah, message in a bottle.
George is definitely the guy that would have to ship in the bottle somewhere hanging on a shelf.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Zolt's going to pop in on the studio, hear the show, and just leave. He's not going to come on.
Chipper probably gets Shador cheap.
Oh, like they don't have any problems in Pittsburgh.
Right?
Hey, that's a hell of that's. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who Baker's going to throw to this year now. The Hall of Famer left. If Godwin can stay healthy, maybe.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's got Godwin and Double E.
That's right.
Guys.
Yeah.
He's got a couple of guys.
And I'm going to say to people, don't sleep on Tez Johnson. I'm telling you, don't sleep on the kid. We talked about it during our NFC South preview last night. Kid's got speed, and he emerged late last year when that wide receiver room was getting all banged up.
Anthony, I did run the Dynasty one once. It is a lot of fun. I was part of Dynasty Baseball for almost a decade, and I had to retire off of that because baseball is brutal. You have to literally be on that thing 4 times a day.
I don't know how people do fantasy baseball. I don't have the time. I don't have the time for the mental health capacity to deal with. Listen, I already have a mental health issue with my own baseball team I root for. Do you think I have any time for a fantasy baseball team? Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah, I did it for a decade. You have to be on it 4 times a day because you have to be paying attention to the weather. If there's rainouts, you've got to be able to change your guys quickly so that you can have your guys in the batting order. Then you get your pitchers. You got 5 starters. It's like, okay, not everybody, of course, on your roster is going to start that day. So you have to figure out pitching rotation. You have to see if your pitching rotation changed. The manager may have changed it up. It's like, oh, well, he was supposed to pitch on Thursday. You slotted him in for Thursday. Well, guess what? There was a rain out Wednesday, which pushed it back to now he's pitching Friday. Whoops. And then you have to pay attention to your relief pitchers because you never know when they're going in. And you're pretty much guessing at that. And then you pray that your closer gets put in at least twice a week so you can get some closing numbers on the saves. It is very, very difficult. You start with your 10 batters and you have 7 pitchers that you've got to babysit too. 7 pitcher positions you have to babysit. And it's work. It's like you almost have to have the job of paying attention to your baseball squad the whole time. It is a lot of work.
I'm sure it's worse than basketball, but I was in a basketball one time. Never again. Never again.
It's literally about the same. Yeah, basketball is a little bit easier because there's no weather to get involved with.
Good luck with load management.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, baseball, that is a whole nother animal. And doing it for 10 years, it was a lot of work. But I'll tell you what, the first summer when I said, hey, I'm done and somebody else can take over, that summer, oh my God. I mean, part of my brain just went, thank you.
You might have CTE from that.
Oh, I'm sure I got a PTSD possibly out of it somewhere. I'm sure there's something. But yeah, it's that baseball thing is no joke. And if you're not prepared for it, I mean, it is some serious work. It's like you just need to make sure you have the time to sit out on your yacht and you've got nothing else to do but sit there and watch baseball and pay attention to it constantly. I mean, you don't even need to watch the games because you're paying attention to so many different guys. And that's the other tricky part about it. So that's why football is the easiest one because you only have to pay attention for setting stuff up once a week.
Yep.
And that's like the best part about it is you do not have. Bryce did a fantasy basketball last year and he found out he was on it every single day and found himself a couple days, going, well, my guy's now injured and they didn't tell me. And it's like, yeah, I know. It happens. Imagine baseball and all of a sudden, in the afternoon, guess who's on the IL? What? When did that happen? Oh, well, he's got a sore shoulder, so he's going to be on the 10-day DL. Really? Thanks. When did you say? It was retroactive 4 days ago. What? Yeah.
Could you imagine doing a fantasy basketball one and having Kawhi Leonard since he's been in LA? You got to sit there 15 minutes before each game's tip off, just know the dude's playing or not.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying. So yes. So fantasy football is definitely a lot better. A lot. Alrighty, let's get into where is our reels? I know I just had everybody over on that wrong layout. There we go. Dun 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 dun. Pop the screen up for our real talk. Dun-dun. Sam, this one's set up specifically.
This umpire was refusing to award batters challenges. This pitch is a bit high, so Julio Rodriguez goes to challenge. Umpire Emil Jimenez refused to grant him the challenge, claiming Rodriguez didn't tap his helmet fast enough. Mariners manager stormed out and got himself ejected arguing. Next inning again, a pitch was high, was challenged, and Jimenez again just ignored him. So now the Rays manager makes an appearance to argue before the crew chief had to step in and overturn Jimenez to award the challenge, where of course the batter was correct.
Dugout is hot over here. I mean, you got your spitting seeds screaming, everything you can imagine.
Sam, it's getting a little ugly out there.
You knew this was going to come eventually. You knew some umpires were going to start taking matters into their own hands.
The crew chief even came out and overturned the umpire. Dude, not good.
Yeah. It makes you wonder, what happened, before that, the first one happened, for him to not give him the, challenge.
And you clearly saw he was pretty quick with it, too.
Like, there was no delay in it.
Especially the second guy.
Yeah. There was no delay, at all. And I was even sitting there going, okay, maybe it was, but nope. Yeah. Chipper there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony, this guy just flat out ignored him.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, he's just ignoring, He's flat out ignoring him. I was like, come on, man. Seriously? We'll go straight to the fun one.
The Arizona Cardinals. Oh my God. From training camp. Oh my God. Bro. This is unbelievable. They're going back cameras, bro. No. This is not real. This is real. This got to be AI. No. This is AI. This is real. And I said, I've never said this before, but we may have to pony up for the first pick. I've never seen that. People are like, can Marvin Harrison not catch? What happened to him? What happened to him? He looks slow. He can't catch. There's like 10 of them. He can't catch the ball. And he also just looks heavy, too. He looks slow, bro. He looks slow, man. Look, he's like, now you complaining, bro. Catch the rock, bro. Yeah.
Guys, that's ugly.
George,
I would have just kicked the press out. I mean, literally.
It's too late then.
Yeah. I would have said, that's it. Everybody out.
Wow.
I thought it was AI put together too, but no, it wasn't. That is not good.
well, I feel very confident in our 2-15 prediction for the Cardinals this year.
You
I
gave
feel
them
very
two?
confident.
Who
Yes.
who is losing to that?
Hey,
I gotta
sometimes
know. I gotta
listen.
know.
Sometimes a blind squirrel finds a nut, okay?
Yeah.
Sometimes, George, I don't feel like making old jokes towards you. Sometimes good things just come out. I didn't say tonight.
Yeah, Anthony, it was that bad.
Listen. The Cardinals were going to be a laughing stock the second you heard contract dispute with Jacoby Brissett. From that moment on, you knew this was going to be a freaking train wreck.
It's
Uh,
crazy. Like,
Seriously.
why? Dude is a
Dude,
career
you can't
backup at best.
you can't even draft Trey McBride at this point because nobody's going to be able to get him the football. That's horrifying. That's that bad. That is not.
I know it doesn't matter, but what week do we think? I'm drawing a blank. I knew it was going to happen as soon as I started to talk about it. Quarterback they just drafted. When's he going to start playing?
Carson Beck.
That guy, yeah. Week 2, week 5.
No later than week 5. No later.
I was going to say at that rate, he could be week 2. If it gets that bad.
That's baffling to me that there's a contract dispute with Jacoby Brissett. Like, what are you disputing, bro?
Yeah. This one was a fun one.
You know the story about the kid from the Jets, right? You ever hear about that? So that's
Which one?
They told me he wanted $1 million for it. I showed up when I first got to the Jets day one. I came in with my backpack and I'm like, it was the off day Tuesday, so a couple guys and I'm like looking for him. I got $17,000 cash in my backpack, and I'm thinking like this ain't nothing crazy, but like certainly to give up your number as a rookie, like you ain't did shit.
Yeah.
Like it was like it was week 6, and I think he played 4 plays at that point. Like you have no attachment to this right now.
Right.
I'll pay for your whole family to get new jerseys, whatever, because they go out and spend their money on it. However many jerseys you need to buy, I'll do that. And I bought $17,000 for the number 17. He said, "It's great to have you, big bro. I can't wait to learn from you, but I'm gonna need $1 million." So I went straight to Woody and said, "Give me 17, bro." And he just took it off of me.
No way. You're gonna say everything else.
Fucking no.
That's free, dude. That is hilarious.
Damn Skippy, rookies. If the guy's literally offering, listen, I got $17K in cash.
Like, first of all, let's talk about Devontae Adams is carrying $17K in a backpack.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
To me, like, I love professional sports, but it is a different world that we know nothing about. Like, this guy's carrying $17K around in a backpack? That's bonkers.
I was even thinking, I'm like, what bank did you go to
Right before practice?
$17K before practice.
Could you imagine being that bank employee?
Right?
Right?
They're probably sitting there like, I've seen this in movies before. I've seen plenty of movies where I know how this ends. I'm not sure if I want to do this.
Yeah.
Who doesn't have that kind of spare change in their possession?
All right, Chipper. I'll be over next weekend.
I've only got $17K in my backpack, so he's offering in $17,000 and the fact that he was going to pay for all brand new jerseys for the whole family.
Right.
I'm like, dude, take it. Oh, no, I want $1 million. Well, guess what? He just went over to the manager and went, give me 17 and stripped it off the guy.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, Rook.
Come on.
Sorry, Rook. I mean, he even said it. He only played 4 in 4. Week 6, he only touched the field 4 times. Come on, man. I mean, Jesus. That is crazy.
Makes for a good story.
Mini backpack using they got the money in there. What's up, Dave? Dave ain't cool enough. Wow, Shane, you're getting the love.
This was not an invite. I kind of invited myself, to be honest.
We don't care.
I know you don't care. I'm just saying. What's up, Zolt?
How's it going?
It's going, buddy.
I've redone my office, so if anything doesn't sound right or whatever, y'all just let me know.
If your computer just
Nice.
cracks out on you again and kicks you off.
No, I mean that's normal.
No. We were just going. We spared you the disaster that was the Arizona Cardinals training camp video. That was not pretty at all. Here's our friend Connor raking up on the Bijan.
So just sign here. Yep, and then you're all set. Hey man, listen, I'm just honored to be the highest paid running back in NFL history. Highest paid running back in NFL history for now. Yeah, the Lions are screwed now. Bijan, what'd you get? $22.2 million per year with $51 million guaranteed. I'm gonna make so much money. What's going on? The Falcons just extended Bijan. Oh, Bijan, you also got an extension? What do you mean also? The Ravens just extended me. Yeah, $140 million, $108 guaranteed. How much guaranteed? I'm gonna make so much money. My God, that's Justin Jefferson's exact contract. Baltimore, what the hell? We don't have anyone else. Why are you guys freaking out? I'm the best running back in the league, and I can't even sniff a top 15 wide receiver contract. Top 15. Name 5 receivers better than me. JSN, Puka, Jamar, Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Name 5 more. CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Nico Collins, Drake London, AJ Brown. You guys are dicks. What was that? I think Puka just realized the amount of money that he's about to make. Guess who just signed an extension worth up to $47 million? I'm gonna make so much money.
Yep, Shane, I'm with you. I was in tears watching this one.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Connor is like really heating up quickly on this. Is great. that one was awesome. Absolutely awesome. And of course we know yes, Mr. Gibbs he got paid. He got seriously paid.
Well, and just keep in mind though that this is the money that the top running backs in the game are making, and Zay Flowers gets more.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, yeah, running backs are having sort of a resurgence because, I mean, for a while there, they just weren't even getting signed at all. But, I mean, as far as the money goes, sure, you and I would take it, but it's not even close to top of the food chain on a football team.
Yeah.
All right, we have our top 5 quarterbacks heading into the season, ranked by GMs, scouts, coaches, and executives. Not by me. Okay. What? Did you see your numbers last year? Yeah. Because I was injured. It was still easily your worst year yet. Yeah. Because I was injured. You can't use injury as an excuse when he's also here. Probably helps when you don't need a system because you are the system. It's true. When Joe doesn't play, the Bengals fall apart. Oh, yeah, no, because the Ravens are stellar when I'm not playing. Didn't your backup get selected to a Pro Bowl? You are not seriously using the Pro Bowl as a legitimate argument. Hi, Matthew Stafford, MVP of the league. How am I third? Oh, so that means that there's 2 players above you. No, I'm saying, how was I selected as the best player of the season, but somehow I'm not the best quarterback? MVPs just don't have that much weight in these rankings, clearly. Yeah, I'm glad to see that you guys haven't forgotten the player that I am. What? 3 years ago, sure, but the dude hasn't been himself in a minute. He's a 2-time MVP. What's going on? The league announced their top 5 quarterbacks heading into the season. Oh, these lists are always so bad. It's always like 80% of the production of the previous year and then 20% reputation. You were ranked number 1. See, this is why these guys are paid the big bucks. And then just if anybody's curious, again, not my rankings, not me. 6 is Dak, 7 is Herbert, 8 is May, 9 is Goff, and 10 is Caleb Williams. Not me. All right, we have our top 5.
I love the fact that Connor kept re-emphasizing, not me.
He seemed to be anticipating a little bit of flack there.
Yeah. And it's like, yes, because I think everybody was going to be bombarding him going, really? That's where you put him? Again, another nice piece of work. But even I was sitting there seeing Mahomes at 2, and I even went, really? Okay. Yeah. What do you, any thoughts on Mahomes sitting there being at 2? Guys?
Shouldn't even be on this list.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I mean-
you heard the rest of the guys on where they ranked.
I mean, I don't know. He could be 10.
Just goes back to the same thing that he is put in a whole different light in the NFL than everybody else. That's just it. Like, I'm sorry. And I have an issue with who I have an issue with number 1. I mean, how the MVP doesn't take enough consideration into this. Matthew Stafford's the best quarterback in football right now. In 2023, not in 2024. Right now, Matthew Stafford's the best quarterback in football. Mahomes is not even 2. He's probably not even 3.
I have a reasoning that explains all of this.
Go for it.
Collinsworth did the list.
Ah!
Ah!
Oh boy.
And to finish it off, I got the slam of the slam of the week from San Diego Comic-Con.
And actually, you know, I don't have a championship, but I do have 300 human money. You have a championship right now, so maybe we could do a trade. You have one too? All right, well, we'll split it. We'll figure it out later. Jesus. All right. And you know, die also has a title. Oh! You know, you should drown that boy. He's menacing. And actually, you know, I don't have a chance.
Dominic Mysterio gets slammed by Danhausen. Flat out tells Ray, you ought to ground that boy. He's a menace.
First of all, to the caption about the trying to buy the title from Punk, maybe if he got the 300 and all ones and brought in a backpack, maybe that's what would have sealed the deal. Well, the NFL, I have heard they deal with these things quite often, apparently.
But I found that one very interesting from over the past week. It has been tons of fun. Where is my... I forgot where the heck my thing went, but okay.
George, just real quickly, can you please pin Anthony's recent comment? Anthony, that's what's making the company a laughingstock? That's what you think is making the company a laughingstock?
God.
Anthony, I hate to go all the way back to 2019 now, but I can think of a lot of things that why that company's a laughingstock.
Massively.
I don't even pay attention to the WWE, and I know that comment is completely wrong.
My favorite, my recent joke with WWE.
Yeah,
go ahead, Zolt.
I don't watch at all. I follow in the background kind of thing. I know Danhausen's funny. I've seen some funny stuff from him. The only bone to pick I have is when I see the makeup go into the ears. That bothers the hell out of me for some reason. Proceed.
No, but like my biggest gripe, Clint, I'm with you. I haven't watched a bit. I don't watch WWE. I don't watch AEW. I don't watch TNA. I don't watch any of it anymore. But my biggest gripe, like I said, the reason with WWE, there is nothing I have to watch, which, by the way, there are rumblings, and this is appropriate. There are rumblings. They now want to make the Royal Rumble a 2-night event. I'm going to blow my freaking brains out with the 2-night event stuff. But the best part about SummerSlam this year was how they tried to basically lie to the fans and say that Roman and Seth had their final match in their chapter together. Really? Unless Roman and Seth are about to retire, I highly doubt this is the last time they will ever wrestle each other. But yeah, but yeah, I saw that on Twitter. They are attempting in the future. They may make the Rumble 2 nights.
Yeah, no, one's good enough for me. We did come around and we watched SummerSlam for the most part. One of the fun things that I did get that I knew about was that there was one certain comedian, Brad Williams, was one of the Mini-Housens. In fact, he was the one who turned around and took the bumps in the ring as all the other little Mini-Housens were out of the ring. The one that was in the ring, that was Brad Williams getting to have his WWE moment. And I thought that was absolutely phenomenal. Brad was kind of, doing his little video documentary of it as the days kept up coming to it. And I thought that was quite interesting to know that he got to be one of them. And that looked like he had an absolute blast. And Brad's very funny comedian.
Excuse me.
Shane's like, okay, I'm bored with that.
It's just I honestly I haven't really honestly paid attention since the Attitude Era was over. And call me, that's just my age. I don't know, but I don't care, and I haven't watched it. So
yeah,
I've been the same way since
I watched.
I've been the same since Ruthless Aggression ended. That was my era. That was prime of Cena, Batista. Even Triple H was still in the prime going in his career. Taker was still doing a lot, even though he was a lot older. But the problem is I really don't think, and it goes back to Shane, like you said with the Attitude Era, I don't think this company at all, there's not a glimmer of hope in my eyes. When Seth and Roman are done, I have zero confidence in this company to ever develop a major star again.
You may not be wrong.
This is why they're getting they're working with all the TNAs, the AAAs. Vince, the one thing we can say about Vince knew how to make stars. Now, at the end, it got bad. Yes. However, what the hell does TKO know about developing a WWE superstar?
Nothing. That's why it is the way it is.
No, we'll listen to the head of the board of directors. When Dwayne wants to show up for a month, we'll listen to him. The one star that who was about to enter the prime run of his career said, "Oh, Hollywood, I'll see you guys later."
And kind of funny how Cena said the same thing and
came back.
Cena, hey, Kettle Black, hello.
Yeah, Cena had a longer prime run than before he did it full time. Dwayne barely had his moment. He just left.
Cena's first movie was awful. It was awful.
Did you see The Marine?
I couldn't watch it.
Did anybody?
Yeah, good one, Zolt. Good one.
Yeah, I was going to say, how many of those did they make? Like a dozen?
Does anybody remember
Randy Orton did one. He was a cop in one or something. he had a different. It wasn't the Marine. I think it was something where he was a cop.
You know what? There's that is the guy that I will always go down as one of my favorites. That guy has never left or wavered on that company his entire career. Never left for Hollywood. Only time he's taken off is when he literally had to have his freaking back fused back together. I've got major respect for guys like Randy.
He needs the belt one more time. I think that they should let him get it one more time. He deserves it.
I agree.
Yes, please. I need somebody.
Which
is why
exactly,
Clint
Clint.
will
Nobody cares.
Nobody-
Pride of Parma, Ohio. The Miz.
And Clint, the Marines are pissed about it.
Wait, did anybody remember when CM Punk was this is like 2-3 years before he left in 2014, and he was going on every week, and we all thought, all right, he's going to continue to rip Triple H and Vince apart on the microphone. And Triple H once said, "How'd your movie go?" He's like, "Oh, mine was great. It went to DVDs, straight to DVD, just like yours." Because note to self, Triple H also did a movie. I can't remember the damn name of it.
I know Edge was in the Highlander.
Yeah.
Edge had a part in the Highlander. I was like, well, at least you went into a cult movie, so he'll be okay for that credit.
And like, do you wonder why the biggest issue with what they're going to have like 5-6 years down the road? Because I think within the next 6 years, Roman's going to be done. I think full time. Because I mean, not to mention, I mean, I know a lot of people like to rip on Roman because, you know, he defended the title like 4 times every year and then he went away. Roman's also has lingering health issues that we forget about. But the best part's going to be is when they're going to try to make the face of the company like a Twitch streamer. That's what they're going to do. Like, that's all they care about now. They want to have all the social media darlings out there being the face of the company. They'll have Logan Paul as WWE champion within the next 4 years.
Don't make me throw up in my mouth.
I'm sorry.
The indigestion's killing me.
Well, yeah, because you're thinking of your weekend already, George. That's why.
Hey. Leave the Coney Island restaurant out of your mouth.
I'm trying to get booted so bad.
In a 2-quarterback draft, when do you start drafting a tight end and what round?
After your third quarterback. Wait, it's a 2 QB league. Assuming you have at least 10 people in your league.
I have 8 in mine, and it's a 2 quarterback league.
Oh, you're going quarterback. In an 8 team, you might be able to squeeze in a running back there, and then you're going quarterback because otherwise you have nothing.
And pray to God you paid attention to what bye week they got.
Right. Now, as far drafting a tight end, okay, this changes year to year, probably more than any other position as to when you're going to take them. I will say this. Top running back, top wide receiver, worth more. Top quarterback, worth more. But if you get to a situation, say, late 2nd round, 3rd round, and you have elite talent still on the board, an elite tight end is worth more than your number 2 running back, than your number 2 wide receiver. So, you know, say you're in a 12-team league and you're at the end of round 2 and Brock Bowers is still there. Yeah, you take it.
I'll ask the panel, how many elite tight ends are in the league this year?
2.5.
I was going to go 3 at best.
2.5.
And as you can clearly see, 3 is stretching it.
I mean, 3 is could be at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I would a decent chance end of the year, but I'm not there yet. So that's why I'm 2.5.
I really thought Kyle Pitts was going to be good.
God, how he's been in the league, what, 6 years now?
I
Maybe.
think it's at
Somewhere
least
around
five. At least five.
It's honestly, this is one of those situations where if he changed teams, he might actually be.
I kind of agree with you.
Because his entire career, who has been there to throw to him? He had Cousins there. But
We had
that
this
was when
talk
Pitt
last
got,
night, Zolt.
that was when he got hurt, right?
Yeah.
So there's a ton of guys in this league that because of where they are, they're never gonna reach potential. And usually we blame that on the head coach. And I'm not saying I'm not gonna blame it on the head coaches, but it's that team, dude. Ever since 28-3, they're just dead. They are dead in the water.
Yeah.
Somebody commented that on our show last night. That's funny. It is, though. You're right. Ever since that, and again, you're going into the year now with, I said this so many times on the show last night, identical quarterbacks, two southpaws who literally have the same two issues: consistency, durability. That's the problem. One guy has no ACLs left already. He's only 22. The other guy is one hit away from not knowing who he is.
Wheelchair, 1 hit away.
Pretty much, yeah. Like I'm not trying to go that harsh into it, but like they are literally two of the same quarterback.
Yep.
So note to self: if it's not Bijan, stay away from every other Falcons player.
I mean, if
you get really late, if you're getting like to a midpoint and you need a receiver, if London's there, you take him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bijan and London. And you know what? Pitts has his place further down the list. You get to a certain round, that's fine. But
Yeah.
if you are a Falcons fan and you're in that friggin' division and you just watch the Saints go from dirt to leapfrogging you in 1 year, and you can't even figure out who the hell's going to throw the damn ball.
Warning. Who has the worst record?
Yeah.
Who has the worst record this year? The Falcons or the Cardinals?
Cardinals.
Wow.
The Falcons have too much have way more talent than the Cardinals to be. Well, wait. Hold on. Let me go back to
Sounds like
night.
Wait a minute.
Who's the starting running back for the Cardinals this year?
Love.
Love it.
Yeah, Jeremiah Love, right?
Someone's ass is getting fired.
So essentially, we could say if we threw a good, solid quarterback in there, they might be all right.
Maybe. We'll never know.
Well, you're right. But hypothetically,
neither team is going to have a good, solid quarterback.
No, I know that, but I'm saying if
a receiving game and a running game, being Arizona's got, McBride.
Hey, I could say the same thing about my team, so I shouldn't even be talking.
Now, the Browns have a few more pieces. Not many, but a few more.
All right, so just for the sake of it, when we did our NFC West predictions about a month ago, we had the Cardinals at 2-15. Last night, we predicted the Falcons to go 5-12. Of course, we also have the Bucks going 6-11 too. So,
I think Connor's still coming off injury, correct?
Yes,
Connor's he's still there,
and they have Tyler Algier too, who they signed in free agency.
He's considered third on the chart.
Ooh.
There's no way they're keeping all three of those running backs the entire year. No way.
Well, I mean, it's James Conner, so the odds of
Yeah,
Fair enough.
I thought he retired, to be honest with you.
His body did.
right.
His body retired 3 years ago.
No, he just got hurt again.
Damn it! Not every
Speaking
damn year.
Speaking of which, I saw J.K. Dobbins got taken off the field today.
Oh yeah,
Please tell me
yeah.
you're freaking kidding.
No, he's done this year.
What the past 3? Here, there's a good word of advice for everybody. If you think you have a value, you have a good value with Dobbins at a pick. No, you don't. Don't do it.
Let me ask the panel, and this is no hate towards my good buddy Adam. There's no hate.
Oh, I
Honest
immediately hate whatever you say.
Honest opinion of JJ McCarthy.
Zolt, you are the Michigan man on the panel, and we'll let you have at it first.
He was not NFL ready, and you
Okay.
made him a first-round pick.
So we're in agreement across the board. He was overdrafted by a mile.
Yes.
Yeah.
Without a
Yes.
doubt.
When I initially heard, oh yeah, he's gonna go in the first, and I'm just like, they watching the same crap I've been watching? Because
My glimmer of hope when he was drafted was because he was coached by Harbaugh and then he was being given to Kevin O'Connell. Because what I've seen O'Connell do with other quarterbacks, that was my glimmer of hope. Missing also tearing his meniscus in his rookie year didn't help matters.
no,
At all.
not at all. Nope. But I mean, honestly, yeah, he's very coachable. I will give it that. But did nobody see what type of offense Michigan ran with him?
They ran the football
Yes.
so much.
Yes.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. And Minnesota's got
sure.
weapons out there. They got weapons.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and maybe going from Michigan to Minnesota, he's not used to actually having quality receivers. I can understand that. But the fact is, I'm sorry, he probably threw the ball more in training camp than he had in his years at Michigan.
Odds very likely. He threw 12 picks last year.
Yeah. 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 I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the guy. I mean, the guy's great. It's just, my God, he was not ready and he got no favors whatsoever. He's rapidly approaching the, my God, send him somewhere else, get him a fresh start just to see.
Yeah, that's probably what's going to have to happen.
Send him to LA. Sit him behind freaking as a third string with to Ty Simpson. See how that goes.
Or send him back to Harbaugh in LA.
But like Clint
Oh,
said, Minnesota's
dear.
just going to stash him until Call of Duty comes out and we see what the hell Tyler does.
Oh, man.
Speaking
Once
of
again.
quarterbacks, so this is from the Fantasy Pros as they break down their tiers. This is our quarterbacks listing. Any disputes in the top two tiers, guys? I'm sorry, let me blow that up a little bit more.
We got to do the disclaimer. Your scoring system matters. Like,
Yes.
especially this position. Your scoring system matters incredibly. Like,
Can
I
I
just
just
pulled up
And this is
rankings.
going off of standard scoring drafting.
Yeah,
this is-
my
this
my
is-
only question would be, is this 4-point passing touchdown or 6? I think it's 4, which is why Lamar is that far up. Rushing touchdowns are worth more. That's my hunch.
which, if I could say this without hopefully some of your eyes jumping through your screens. That's why I'm going to say, with all due respect, Jalen Hurts is too high. And that's coming from the freaking Eagle fan. Because you need to understand, we have had one of the most inconsistent passing offenses over the past at least 2 years. But because of how much we use the tush push at the goal line, how many freaking times could Jalen Hurts still get you like 18 points off like 4 plays because of the damn tush push? I don't know if the Eagles. Now, Sean Mannion did say that is still going to be involved in the offense. However, I don't know how much. I don't think, does anybody, I don't know if anyone remembers, when we played the Giants last year up in MetLife, we ran the tush push 6 consecutive times to piss the entire stadium off. I don't think they're going to use it as frequently as they did this past year. So for that reason, now, if Jalen comes out and he makes up those tush pushes with passing touchdowns and throwing over the middle of the field and more passing yards, then cool. But again, that's a wait and see. I can't tell anything until September.
Clint, I think the other thing that's been taken into account too is the strength of schedule of these teams as well. Because some of the strength of schedules are a little lopsided this year.
I definitely would take Dak over Sunshine in that tier, in my opinion.
I mean, I love.
Any of them, any in that tier, I would take before Trevor Lawrence.
Well, Anthony, there's always that.
Specifically when it comes to Dak, so you have 2 Dallas wide receivers going in the first 2 rounds, like damn near every draft. If that's the case, if you are supporting those guys, how the hell are you putting Dak at 10? Because that doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Well, I mean, okay, just for year 3 in a row, this year is going to be Lawrence's coming out party.
Fair.
Oh, don't keep going down, George. It doesn't get better.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Whoa. I'm sorry. Tier 4 starts with who?
Matt Stafford, arguably the greatest quarterback or the best quarterback in the league.
I was just going down to about the tier 5. I knew I didn't need to go below tier 5. I know I didn't have to go below 5.
Okay.
Dear God.
Question for the panel. How many tier 3 quarterbacks would you put Stafford above?
Going into this year?
Yeah.
Purdy. Jackson Dart is like 2 more hits away from being a right-handed version of Tua. So definitely Jackson Dart.
I like Bo Nix a lot.
I do too. I don't know about Bo. And I'm sorry. I get the love for the guy. Are we sure we know what Mahomes we're getting early on in the season?
Well, even bigger than that, if Bo Nix is not hurt in that AFC Championship game, we have a different Super Bowl on our hands.
1,000%.
Yes.
We have a totally different Super Bowl on our hands because it's not Drake May.
Right.
Not only, because remember something. It's not like Seattle's offense played great in the Super Bowl. New England's defense was matching Seattle's. The problem was Drake May just decided to play the worst game of football in his life. Of course, he played probably the 4 worst games of his life in the entire playoffs, but that's another story for another day.
As a Lions fan, and I get Clint's comment here, but as a Lions fan, going from Goff to Kyler Murray pisses me off. Like, oh, it's just one step between the two. Go to hell.
One step, it's more like 12 feet, which is how much taller Goff is than Kyler.
Oh, hey.
Nothing, Anthony. Nothing.
Not a thing.
Everybody
Justin
thought
Herbert's
he
the
was
most
going to be
overrated
good.
quarterback in football.
Yeah.
Stamp that wherever you want to put it. Justin Herbert's the most overrated quarterback in football. Every year I'm told how great he is. I still haven't seen it.
Why is Sam Darnold so low? Like 1 year he was good for 1 year.
I think
Well,
now I don't think
he
he's
was good in
worth to be all the
Minnesota.
way in tier 5.
But the thing is he was good in Minnesota, and then he was good last year. Why is he that low?
I think Kubiak leaving is a big part of it.
Fair. All right. That's a fair point.
Because I mean, everything still basically around him is still the same. The only thing that's different is Kenneth Walker's not there. That could be another reason, but everything else is still kind of the same. They're still going to have an elite defense that gets the offense the football. They're got plenty of chance to put up points. Still have JSN. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that run game's probably going to take a downgrade a little. I like Jadarian Price, but Super Bowl MVP left. Regardless of what we say, the Super Bowl MVP is now in Kansas City. And again, I think a big part of it has to do with Kubiak leaving because, I mean, Kubiak had him humming last year. He was playing really good football under Kubiak.
Well, and that was the big problem. And Mr. Sudbury found out the year that the Atlanta Falcons went to the Super Bowl, and then the next year they were right into the pooper. And I remember Zolt. I even told Zolt, I said, because Zolt and I were drafting 9th and 10th. And we saw Suds snagging up the Falcons. And I looked over at Zolt and I went, the fool doesn't understand. Kyle Shanahan got hired as the head coach of the 49ers. He's no longer Atlanta's OC. I'm like, guess who's going to go in flames? And boy, by week 7, Suds was in the basement, and he's sitting there screaming at me going, what the hell happened to Atlanta? I said, hey, Goober, did you not pay attention to the offensive coordinator leaving and becoming the head coach of the 49ers? Hello. Why did that matter? Take a look at your team.
Fantasy Football 101. You aren't drafting last year's team.
That's right.
I may be able to actually draft an Eagles player now that Kevin Batula is no longer here.
I mean, remember, I gotta turn around and start knocking some of the wild picks at number 1. Like the 1 year Doug Kaufman decided to draft Rob Gronkowski at number 1, and who went out in week 3 with a leg injury and was done for the season. That was a whoops. And they were like, oh, we're not letting George get him. That's fine. That's totally fine. I don't care. It's a whole new year. You've got to remember who's made moves, what coaches and coordinators have made moves, and pay attention to it. Suds' question was, what? Now I have to watch for coordinators leaving? Yeah.
No,
They're kind of important.
Don't worry about it. You're fine. Don't even worry about it. Don't pay any attention whatsoever.
Okay, Ben Johnson.
You still have to understand Suds. The poor guy. His teams are always a mash unit.
Listen, if there are 2 guys on this panel right now that can talk about losing coordinators, it's me and Zolt. He lost
Very
Ben
true.
Johnson. I've lost every good offensive coordinator I've had over the past 4 freaking years.
Yeah, that is interesting how that position recycles heavily on your squad.
I'm telling you right now, if we have a year where I'm not going to go. I'm not saying that the Eagles are the favorite to go back to the Super Bowl already. If we find a way to get back at least like the NFC Championship game, and my offense looks like as advertised, I swear to God, the first team that requests to interview Sean Mannion, I'm doing a Boston Celtics. Nick, you're not fired. You're going to the front office. Sean, you're the new head coach because I'm not doing this shit again. I'm not doing this offensive coordinator stuff for the fourth freaking year in a row. I'm getting sick and tired of it. Someone's moving to the front office.
Yeah, Clint. That's why this year the tight end is been kind of dissolved into the flex, and that position will now be a wide receiver or tight end position. And if somebody does draft the tight end, there is 2 extra bonus points for a reception for that tight end. So
the only reason George does that because he wants an excuse when he drafts Taysom Hill.
Shit, if that were the case, I would have put it added bonus points for quarterbacking. How number 21 a backup better than a starter for tier 5?
Malik Willis is the starter in Miami this year.
I was going to say Malik is the starter, dude. Malik is the new starter, dude.
He got.
That's why it says MIA next to his name.
Yeah.
But I mean, not making a joke there, but he's the starter for Miami.
Yeah,
and soon to be their offense will be MIA.
Yes,
it's already MIA.
Who's the number 1 receiver in Miami now?
It's got to be Parker Washington, I think.
Malik Washington. Parker Washington's in Jacksonville.
Yeah, my bad.
Oh, you're good. You're good. A lot of Washingtons.
Look, all I know is somebody went to a podium the other day and said that Achane might be getting 40 carries a game, and I believe it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I agree.
Yeah.
I could say
that was Achane.
He said it himself.
Might have been his agent.
Right.
Yeah.
You want this contract? You're going to show your worth of it, damn it.
So apparently it doesn't want to give me the rest. Nice. I have to log into my damn Google. Whatever. We just pick
Holy
one.
burner accounts, George.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Holy crap.
Hey.
So if we see a bunch of burners defending the Niners for not staying healthy, we know where it's coming from. Holy crap. So if we're going to come across a Twitter account, Taysom Hill's #1 fan.
Nah, it's going in a bunch of crap. But nah. Well, the hell with that.
You know what's hilarious?
Well,
I just
gentlemen,
pulled up-
it's about my bedtime, so it's been a pleasure. I'll talk to you all later.
Well, thanks for jumping in, Shane. Appreciate it. I'm glad you had a good
Yep.
time. Catch
Always.
Shane on Saturday, unscripted at 10 a.m.
Yes, I'll be there, live and in living color.
I'll see if I can't do a live from Brian's Coney Island, but before you guys log off, as I get my
I'm
my
sure you'll
routine.
get put on, no doubts.
See you then, my friend. Thanks for jumping
Later.
in.
Yep.
So I pulled up my lists for wide receiver. And unless something weird happens during the week, this is the list I'm bringing to the draft on Saturday. For Miami, Malik Washington, ranked 202 overall, the 73rd wide receiver. And he's the only one on the list because the list only goes to 245.
Whoops.
And considering only 170 players are getting drafted, something like that.
Something like that.
Hey, Zolt's talking about Malik Washington. I'm talking about Parker Washington. George is old enough to have met George Washington.
Ah, yes, there it is.
It took him almost 15 minutes to think of that joke.
No, I hadn't. It's been in my head for the past 15. I just didn't know if I was going to use it. I got to pick the spot, George. You got to pick your spots.
That's what she said.
My
I'm trying to
question
give.
is, where is Noah?
You missed him.
Did I? Okay.
He was
I want
in
to know
earlier.
how, because didn't he have a draft? I want to know how it went.
Yep, Noah was in earlier.
All right. Anthony's got a fantasy question. Let's go. Between those three. Hell, I'll give you the order. It's Chase, Puka, JSN. That's my order.
I was actually going Puka, JSN, and Chase.
Okay.
I'm going JSN, Chase, Puka.
Just because? We all got to be different?
Let's see if Jamar Chase has the same guy throwing him the football all year this year.
It's the same guy he's always had. It's whoever the hell's under center. That's the guy.
I still think they're just going to force feed the ball to JSN again. There ain't much your team can do about it. I don't think he's going to be offensive player of the year again, but I still think he won't be disappointed. And to be fair, let's also be rankings are aside. There is no bad pick there.
No. No, you are directly in the middle of what I consider the S tier of players. Yeah, that's part of your top 5 right there.
Bryce.
Clint, I didn't know this was going to be a quiz. Hang on.
Yeah.
It's either
Bryce.
Rashid Shaheed or Cooper Kupp. Take your pick.
I think Kupp is third.
That would be
either way. I
Shaheed
wouldn't
then.
draft either of them.
Yeah, I was going to say, I get Bryce. Who's number 2? Just ask the kid. Well, everybody knows once the players get their big contracts, everybody sucks donkey balls. So it's brutal to think, especially because I have the first pick in this draft this weekend. I don't like it. I really don't like it. I don't like it at all. Zolt's just sitting there going, you're going to like it and love it because I'm at 4. And whoever you screw up, I'm taking.
I was going to say, whoever, I'm just waiting to see who comes to me at 4. That's it. I mean, I literally know the worst case scenario and I'm happy with it. So
yeah, I was going to say, you totally should be. You know, you have a top tier player literally falling into your lap and you're pretty much ready to roll with whomever it is that is there.
Let's also be real here. I have done so many 12-team drafts now. No matter who the hell I get out of that draft, I'm going to think my team is stacked.
Yeah.
Because I'm not used to seeing that.
Right. Exactly. I'm not. And, we brought it up about Atlanta. I am not crazy about the Bijan thing at all. Not one bit. Not happy with it. And it's just like, I just got that sinking feeling. It's like, yeah, I just do not want any part of that. I really don't.
I 100% understand about they just got paid. However, you're not going to sit here and tell me that Gibbs, Robinson, and Taylor are all getting shut down this year. somebody's going off.
Yeah. I'm concerned about Gibbs' back though. That is a
He has
concern.
no back. He's fine. He's 100% fine.
That's what they all say.
As the
I know.
guy who has 20 injuries in training camp, who are you to talk about players that are health issues right now? What are we doing here? Holy crap! I'm sitting here listening to freaking the 49er fan talk about guys with banged up backs and all. Christian McCaffrey's going to have a back injury by week 6 carrying that team again.
That's why I'm not taking Christian either.
I'm trying to stay. I am not going near that.
Mm-mm.
That's the one I'm trying. That's the one I'd avoid this year.
Yep.
Before those other 3.
Yeah, Clint, I know. Kyle is sacrificing himself. Literally sacrificing himself to turn around and make it happen. Yeah, not crazy about it.
Oh, and don't forget, as far as Gibbs goes, Pacheco also is now out indefinitely.
So what Campbell said,
What'd
though,
you do-
he
what'd you
expects
do
to
to
be ready
him?
for the season.
What'd you do to Pacheco?
I didn't do nothing to him. He did it to himself.
Pacheco did something to Pacheco, okay?
I think it was, a soft tissue injury or something like that is what they said.
MCL sprain.
Yeah.
Campbell said he expects him ready by week 1.
He expects a lot.
I was going to say, from a guy who went from natural grass to artificial turf. Whoops.
Okay, Doctor. We're going to start calling you Dr. 49er. That's what I'm going to start calling you. Because that's about how many injuries you'll have by week 1. 49. You're already halfway there. Boot me whenever you please.
No.
I'll use PTO for the rest of the show.
No. So I'm thinking of taking the safe bet. I think I might be looking at taking Saquon Barkley.
Oh dear God, it's all over.
But
it's not a bad thought to think Barkley will have a better fantasy year than he had last year, because I think the offensive line is healthy, so that's going to help. If you look at his yards before contact from last year compared to 2024, it's like a 3 to 4 yard difference before he was contacted. New offense. And now I don't think Tank Bigsby's going to cut into a lot of his production, but I do think they're going to use Bigsby a lot more than that Nimrod offensive coordinator, whose name I shall not mention, in Miami now. I think they'll see more of a balance between him and Tank, and I think that will actually benefit if you have Barkley in fantasy, because it'll keep him fresh. I mean, Barkley's he's 28 now, 28, 29. He's not young, but I think if you have Saquon on your team, Tank Bigsby will cut into some touches a little bit, but I think that will benefit Barkley in the long run. Because to remember something, I guess Saquon had that great year in 2024. Do you know how many 45+ yard touchdown runs he had that year? Those are that's a fantasy dream right there. Yeah. So I think Barkley actually could be a
Whoa. Dude, how?
Clint, no, that should have been the case last year, because no matter what he did last year, it was never going to replicate what he did in 2024.
Right. Exactly.
I could say, if I see Saquon being if you got a 10-team league, if he was one of those back end of the first, beginning of the second round, I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't. I think there's a chance for a bounce back there.
Yeah, sleeper literally just letting the computer run and pick through team, he's being picked in the top 13 every time. I think 13 was the lowest I saw him picked.
That's
The
fair.
the furthest out was 13. I mean, he was anywhere between 8 and 13 easily.
Yeah.
I was like,
I still think
that's solid.
I still think he'll finish in the top as like in the top 10 to 12 running backs. I'm not saying he'll be one, but I think he'll have a bounce back compared to last year. Now, I'm not saying he's going to go back to 2024. Pump those brakes. Not many. It's kind of hard to replicate 2,000 rushing yards in a season.
Right, exactly.
But to some people in their eyes, Tank Bigsby concerned you because he's taking away touches. But in my opinion, he's keeping Barkley's legs fresh. And we know Saquon. He could have 17 carries for 80 yards and then 140-yard touchdown. You're looking at 18 for 123 and 2 touchdowns.
And he's a team player. We saw that before. So
yeah, maybe the guy in New England should take some notes on that.
And I think he will definitely allow Tank to get his yards. He's all about the team, and that's what you want.
Exactly. Like I said, if there was anybody last year that could have blamed others for the lack of success he had, it could have been Saquon Barkley. Because, like I said, the offensive line in Philly last year was not good. Because, no offense, can we all be honest? The one position that kind of does need their teammates to do what they're supposed to do, it is the running back position. Because I can't run if I have 5 defensive linemen waiting for me as I touch the football. But no matter what happened last year, all you heard every week with Saquon is, I got to do better. I got to get better. I have to do that. I will always take the I over the we, because really what that means is, well, we got to get me the football more. No names, specific names I'm talking about either. Just point it out there.
Right. Who, I'm going to run this by each of you.
I was just going to say, we kind of glossed over that Anthony had a question about tight ends. I think it got clicked on and moved on to the next one before we actually looked at it.
How about McBride and then everybody else?
How about Bowers and everybody else?
Well, considering both teams' running backs, both teams suck, and Chicago is going to have the worst out of and has the hardest strength of schedule. I guess Tyler Warren's kind of the easiest, and then Laporta, and then
I think Warren, I think will have a pretty solid year. The biggest issue with him last year was he tailed off at the end because of the Daniel Jones injury.
Sure.
Loveland had a very good end of the season. And there's a reason why DJ Moore is no longer in Chicago. It's because all those young playmakers cut into his targets, and Colston Loveland was a big one.
Sam, you're being called out.
Flint, I'm blaming you if he has a down year, because guess what? That's why I don't draft my own players. I made the mistake last year and took Saquon, and look what happened. Damn fanboyism. Felt like George when he saw Debo on his board.
Taysom Hill.
So, wait, put Anthony's comment back up, George, so I can see that again. If I had to rank these in order, I'm going Bowers 1 because I trust Vegas's quarterbacks a whole lot more than I trust freaking Arizona's. I still will put McBride at 2, even though what I just said, because I think McBride, just as a talent, I think he could be the best tight end in football if he had a decent team. Those other 3, it's tough. Because the other thing also with Tyler Warren, Michael Pittman's gone. So those targets are going to have to go to somebody.
And Pierce is out hurt.
Pierce hasn't practiced at all.
Yep. Well, he just
an
injury 2 weeks ago, so he's done for a while.
I may put Warren 3 because of that. Because when Daniel Jones was playing last year, Tyler Warren was on pace to probably win Offensive Rookie of the Year. It's when Jones got hurt that screwed that up. And even with Jonathan Taylor and Pierce and Downs, I still like Warren a lot. So
let me just throw mine out there since we have a lot of comments that are actually touching on my points. Bowers, McBride, Loveland, Warren, Laporta, and there's guys between Warren and Laporta that aren't mentioned. Because as much as I love Sam Laporta, the back injury scares the hell out of me, even though he's cleared.
that's
But number 2 is he's the 4th target on that team.
Yeah.
St. Brown, Williams, Gibbs, Laporta. And then whoever the hell your third receiver is on 3 receiver sets.
that Tesla or Tesla or whatever his name
Yes,
is.
Tesla. Yes, that's who it is. Man,
I'm calling him Tesla.
can that man just make a normal catch? I'd love to see just a normal catch. Again, in practice, he's ball. No way he can catch it. Oh, there it is. He's on the ground. It's like,
Can't we just run a slant?
Just catch the damn ball. Kenneth Walker's got to be one of the most polarizing players this year.
I wouldn't trust that KCO line if you paid me.
You either love him at Kansas City now, or you're just like, I don't trust this with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're doing an auction draft, there's a guy you can have auction, Kenneth Walker. Because I don't trust that KCO line to save my life.
Mm-hmm. I'll pay you $5 to take him.
Yeah, I'm not sold on that Chiefs offense really as a whole. Again, Walker, I love him. O-line in KC is not great. Kelsey is now married and old.
Whooped.
Pretty much. Worthy is not a good NFL wide receiver at all. And the other wide receiver is one more mistake away from never seeing the football field again. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels like the NFL is trying to keep him on, avoid that.
Yeah, but that's an off-season issue. That's not an in-season issue. That's an off-season issue.
It don't matter.
The next one might not matter. It might just be like, no, just sit down.
But I don't trust much in Kansas City, honestly.
All right. I will ask each of you, which rookie has their little breakout year this year? Who's that top rookie? As I always usually snag about 4 or 5 of them and make them famous. Who do you think is who's the rookie, the fantasy rookie that turns around and it's like, yeah, I got lucky, drafted the right guy? Who do you think?
Okay. I got 3 names I'm going to throw out there.
Go for it.
So of course. So right now, George is going to write these down. You're not going to have to write them down. Jadarian Price. Yes, Anthony. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jadarian Price. He has all the potential in the. I mean, that they were waiting to draft him. I mean, that was like perfect. I think Carnell Tate is just as an athlete and as a talent. And God help me for saying this. And this is going to depend on if balls can actually get near him when they're thrown. Daniel Boston. Somebody there has to catch the ball, George.
Yeah.
Somebody has to catch the ball. And everyone, Casey Concepcion. No. How about the other guy?
Yeah, I mean, because, outside of Jerry Jeudy and Isaiah Bond, and we know Bond is the big play deep man, Yeah.
And I mean, we've seen the Jerry Jeudy show.
And I expect KC to be just the return guy. But they drafted him for more, but I think
I mean,
guess where he's
again,
gonna end up.
rookies. We're talking rookies. You can't expect rookies to just come in and light it up. So I'm just looking at where do they actually have the potential? Where you're going to get targets. If you know you're in an offense that you're going to get targets, that's what you're looking for. Or running back carries. You know you're getting carries like Price in Seattle.
Yes, and actually, Zoe, you took two of mine. I had Price and Tate, but my third one, I'm going down to New Orleans. I'm going Jordan Tyson because the fact that I trust what Kellen Moore is doing out in New Orleans. Also, though, they can't roll like Tyson. I think as a talent could be an elite receiver. Go watch some of their practice film. The route running is ridiculous. Not to mention, to a therapist, Noah. That's where I think you should go to a damn therapist.
The poorhouse? I don't know. I don't know, man.
The reason I have Tyson. The reason I have Tyson so high up on my rookie board, Chris Olave. Now, to some people, that would be like, oh, well, they're going to have to split the touch between the two. Yes, but there's a difference. You can't roll to Tyson and leave Olave, but you can't leave Olave and not focus on Tyson. I think Tyson could have a really big rookie year.
And obviously we hate bringing it up. One big hit to Olave and Tyson could be the show.
Yeah.
You can make the same case for Tyson. He wasn't very durable in Arizona too, but I like your point though. I agree with your point. All right, George? I got one for the two of you.
No. I want George, your question. Answer your question, please. Rookies. Who's gonna jump out?
No, I had Price. I actually thought Price, and as bad as Arizona looks passing wise, I think Love is going to have a pretty solid year.
Somebody's got to have productive yards, right?
Yeah, somebody, and that's what I think Love will.
I have a question before we get back to chat's questions. Since you brought up Arizona and receiving yardage, etc., is Marvin Harrison Jr. draftable?
You should have seen the video. You missed the video. The balls were like not even close to him either. But
I haven't seen the video. I have
in the hands. It was oh my God, dude! Really? What the hell happened to you?
Like everybody's looking at last year, like, okay, you know what? Slump, whatever. Come right back, guns a-blazing. You had an awesome offseason, I'm sure. Let's just rock and roll. And then he's doing nothing in camp. Nothing.
It is. It's not going well. I still don't think that he's comfortable with any of the two systems that he's had to be in. I think that has been another problem. Again, when you get drafted by a team, you have to adapt to their system, and versus the players being integrated, and the system being shaped around them like Ohio State does, it's the reverse. And shame on Arizona for not recognizing that that's not going to work with their system. It's like, oh, but he's the best available. Oh, he'll figure it out. No. Did Brett Favre figure it out with the Atlanta Falcons when he was drafted by them? No, he sucked ass so bad that they went, hey, Green Bay, give us a 6th rounder and you can have him. Whoop! Hello. Yeah, Super Bowls. And Atlanta is going, yeah, sorry, you got rid of a Hall of Famer for a 6th round. Oh, who did they get? Oh, yeah. Nobody remembers who the hell they got for him. What is this? IU question is targeted for Sam. George, please pin this. Oh, damn. Noah's looking to harass you.
Sam, go ahead and answer. Does he actually end up anywhere?
Like the only realistic option was Washington, but they opted to go sign Diggs.
That's
Like
hilarious.
what other team really could? I don't even know.
I mean, honestly, if you're a GM out there and you lose one of your top wide receivers, are you even thinking about it?
Indianapolis.
What I've seen in the offseason, no.
Indianapolis could be in a world of hurt for somebody soon.
Realistically, Indy should be talking to them already, unless they've ruled them out.
I was surprised. I was very surprised, especially after Pierce went down. Is like, you're going to be missing Pierce for 6 weeks. Houston, that's a problem. I mean, you're seriously going to try to go into the season missing your number one? Oh, wait a minute. Your number one and the guy who was your number one and number twos. Yeah. Good luck with that.
And Downs has a groin injury, so he's down right now, literally.
Yep. So, yeah, I am very surprised Indy hadn't made the call.
I mean, Colts are just continuing last year, just, slightly different roster, same situation.
And that sucks. Like I said, I thought for sure that's who would probably end up making that call was Indy. Because I really don't see anybody else.
Yeah.
And you're not calling Tyreek Hill because guess who's still not healthy? They're already saying he wouldn't be ready till week 13 anywhere.
Yeah, and honestly, he should have learned that last year.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
Nope.
So I don't know what the hell's going on there. Anthony's got a good question that I have an answer to that he might not like. Okay. So, number one, rookies in the NFL. Very hit and miss.
Mm-hmm.
Rookie tight ends in the NFL. Extremely hit and miss.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's hard to come out gangbusters. And the fact that he has missed basically the entire offseason program and all of training camp because he re-aggravated his hernia injury
is not looking good.
Glenn says he'll be ready for week 1, which is fine, but you literally have had no integration into that offense.
Nope.
Other than meetings.
Not to mention, they just drafted Mason Taylor the year before, who's also going to need to get playing time. So, and the big you point out there, missing the entire offseason program. That's why I'll tell people don't go gangbuster on Mekhi Lemon early on either, because he's missed all training camp with a hamstring injury. Basically, he practiced like the first 2 days, and he's missed every practice since. So, I'm sure he'll be fine for the regular season, but early on in the year, rookies early on do not get their snaps.
Yeah, and as far as Sadiq specifically, I mean, if I'm in a dynasty league, sure, I'll take a shot at him, but I'm not picking him up this year. I mean, that's going to be a waiver claim if I'm even thinking about it, because I haven't seen anything because there's nothing to see yet. So, and again, if Jets play him right, I love Aaron Glenn to death, but the history of the Jets say that ain't going to happen.
Nope.
Not at all. I got one for you both real quick. In lieu of Kyler being named the starter today, how do we feel about Justin Jefferson going into this year? Because last year, that was not fun.
No, it wasn't fun. I mean, he still did okay, though, right? Hang on. I got to pull
1,048 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean,
yeah, the lack of touchdowns was concerning, but
I mean, you're expecting four. I mean, Jefferson's literally here are his yards by season: 1,400, 1,616, 1,809, 1,074, 1,533, 1,048 last year. Like you expect him to be in that 1,400 range almost every year. And he didn't get to 1,000 yards, mind you, until the last game of the
Yeah.
season.
Right. So fantasy wise, it didn't help you at all.
Anthony still waiting on that positive
That-
report yet.
I got to see how he looks physically on a
Yeah.
football field before I say
Yeah.
it.
I will say this, since those best ball leagues that I'm in have a much deeper roster, there have been 2 of them so far where that's my last guy picked. Just
Yep.
because if he comes back the way he
Back.
was,
It's going to be good.
that's going to be worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as Jefferson, Kyler can at least throw the ball.
To what he can say.
Yes, to what he can see.
I mean, how I look at it.
Okay. We discussed the wide receivers and their chunk of, okay, here's your top tier guys. Jefferson is kind of like a tier and a half. He doesn't belong with the Chase, the JSN, whatever. He is still very much a end of first, early second wide receiver. Like before we get to that next batch, he's the stopping point in between.
Okay.
I'll disagree.
Yeah, he's still in the top 20 in the draftings. He's definitely still in the top 20. I actually don't draft Drake London. Atlanta's strength of schedule sucks, and it's brutal, and I don't like it, and I wouldn't draft a Falcon if you paid me.
Well, here's my question. If their strength of schedule sucks that bad, in what way does it suck? Does it suck because they're playing great defenses, or does it suck because they're going to get blown out? If they're going to get blown out, London's a good pick because he's getting targets.
Oh, they got a pretty crappy schedule. Sam, you just went over it last night. You said 5-12.
Again, fantasy football. I do not. You go winless. That's fine. You're probably playing from behind, and your wide receivers are doing well.
Yeah, so they may only win 5 games, but London may average 100 yards a game.
Yeah,
because they may be throwing the ball a lot.
I mean, as again, we've discussed it. There's very little to like about the Falcons fantasy wise. You have Bijan, you have London, and down the list you have Pitts. That's what you got. Take Pickens before Jefferson.
I don't hate that idea.
I don't hate it.
Pickens was better than CD last year.
Yes.
Pickens was the best wide receiver on the Cowboys last year, and I can't believe I'm saying that. Like, can I be completely honest about something? Now, this has nothing to do with fantasy, but it kind of does. The Eagles signed Reek Woolen for a reason. And it's because Pickens killed us last year.
Yeah.
Because I had Adoree Jackson over on that side, which, again, no disrespect. Adoree wasn't godly awful last year, but a 29-year-old Adoree Jackson going against an in his prime George Pickens, I don't like that matchup very much.
Let's move on to the most unpopular picks of things. As you're going through your drafts and you're into the late rounds, your kickers and your defenses. Outside of the top couple kickers, so it's like no. And defenses, defense wise, who are you taking this? Who do you think should be that in that top tier of the defenses this year?
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. We went over some defenses last week, right? We had
Yeah.
our top guys, our top teams. If I'm not getting a top 3 or 4, I am 100% comfortable with just grabbing somebody late and streaming a defense every week. Just whoever's got the easiest matchup, drop the defense I had, pick them up. I've done that for years.
So if it's not top 3 or 4, you're
Yeah.
just riding the wave, and
And
whoever
to be
plays
honest-
Arizona every single week.
You ain't wrong. Or the Jets.
I was gonna say I've seen that before.
Playing the Dolphins.
I know I've seen me do it.
Yeah,
I have
like
seen
Sam
me
said.
do it. I have seen me. I saw me picking when Buffalo sucked. It was like, okay, whoever the Bills play and whoever the Rams had played at the time, and I went back and forth between the two teams, and it's like, yep, whoever was playing them, that's the defense I picked.
Sam said it. It's Cardinals, Jets, Dolphins, whoever the hell they're playing. That's the defense you're trying to grab. Because, I mean, why wouldn't you? Honestly, when I actually do go early and grab a defense, I almost think of it as a burden because now I have a slot that I can't open up. I have to keep those guys. It's
Yeah,
like,
but
and so especially you get that week where they're playing, you're playing the Cowboys. Okay, you might win, or they might win, but the fact is the Cowboys are going to probably put up numbers. So your defense is probably not going to be great. But it's like, I have to keep them now. Whereas opposed to if I'm just streaming, it's like, they're disposable like Kleenex, man.
Back in I got two really hilarious fantasy stories, both in the same season. 2019. I needed a defense because my defense through the first 4 to 5 weeks was god awful. I picked up the Eagles defense because they were playing the Jets. And of course, my opponent was my lovely unbiased co-host Tyler. I got 7 sacks. I believe it was 3 takeaways and 2 defensive touchdowns. Got over 40 points from the defense. That was the first funny story. The second one was, I believe I played him again some point down the line. I had Matt Breida because I had running backs on bye weeks. I am down 10 points, and Tyler's entire team is done. I have Matt Breida left. The first play from scrimmage, Breida goes 75 yards to the house. All I get is a text message saying, I'm calling the F out of work tomorrow. I'm done with you. He was so pissed. So yeah, ask Tyler about the 2019 Jets and Eagles game about it for fantasy purposes, and he may not talk to me ever again. But you're right though. There are those teams though that where it's like, all right, well, I'll take that defense this week. But I don't really have I know I said last week about the Panthers defense, but outside of the top 5, it's kind of everything's just kind of like a toss up.
Fair enough.
I think there's some serviceable defenses. I think my top 5 personally: Denver, LA, Philly, Seattle, Houston. That's my top 5. New England's is serviceable. I don't think it'll win you a bunch of matchups, but it'll keep you in them. I don't think they're going to have bad, terrible games. Everything outside of that's crapshoot. KC may have some good weeks. Buffalo may have some good weeks. They're a little more on the inconsistent side. Minnesota may have some solid weeks. It all depends.
To put it in the draft format, if you will, somebody will take one early. Then you'll skip around even. Then the second one will go. Once the second one goes, you'll have 4 other people grab defenses real quick because I have to get these top ones. And I'm not that guy. So generally speaking, immediately I'm at, the top 6 are off the board. Okay, well, I'm waiting now because I've got other guys. that are, I'm not
Right.
wasting my I'm not throwing God, I don't know. I'm not just grabbing
The Cleveland Browns.
I'm not like grabbing the Raiders defense and I'm not wasting a pick like that. So let's just not.
Right?
Yeah.
Kickers
No
are
one,
pretty much
no
about the
one,
same way.
George will, he charges for it.
What's that?
Can any of you coach me through fantasy this year?
No, I don't. As I say, I was playing in 5 and consulting in 3. It's like the consultant's available. How do you feel about the Chargers defense?
I like the fact they play the Cardinals week 1.
Right?
I like the talent on the defense still. I still think they have some serviceable talent.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned about the loss of Jesse Minter.
Yeah.
Which is why, actually, if they get into the season healthy-ish, Baltimore's could be a sleeper. I think he can fix that Ravens defense to get back to where we're used to seeing it. Clint, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, that's a problem. If you're never off the field on defense, it doesn't matter how good you are. Right.
Yeah.
What is the 2025 Philadelphia Eagles?
Right. And go back up if you could, George, to Clint's other comment about your league. Yeah, so here's a problem. Here's the problem we have. We have defenses, we have points allowed, we have hits on quarterbacks, you probably have yardage allowed, I don't even know. And now I got to think about return men that are on damn defense. It's too much.
You've always had to worry
I've
about
had it.
return guys.
I haven't worried 1 second about return men on the defense, George.
I was going to say that's always been the thing.
What is the worst fantasy rule ever?
Oh, Zolt knows. Locking the rosters at playoff time.
I mean, that's bad. It's bad.
That's
I don't know if it's the worst though.
I don't think it's. I think it was it was a prevention of a Sudbury takeover.
I understand why you did it. I just full-heartedly disagree with it. God. How about a 12-team league with 2 quarterback starters?
Yes.
That was horrible. I've done it once. It was horrible. It was a joke. With a high pick. Oh, you mean Trent Hunter? I'm very concerned with how much offense Hunter is going to play this year. Like, I'm sure he will get snaps, but I really think they're focusing him on defense this year. Like, I think they need it more on defense this year. I think they may have actually convinced him that, yes, you can do both, but you need to focus on one.
I think the last solid person to do it was Troy Brown when he played with the Patriots. That was the last guy I think who did it very well. He would be the only person. He would be the last person who I know that did it and did it well. And it was by pure accident because they needed Troy to jump in to play on defense.
I will say this: the last person that I've seen to do it well, George, you know well. In your league, Taysom Hill broke a few weeks.
Yeah,
because suddenly you could play 3 or you could play a second quarterback in your league, which was bad. That was very bad.
Don't be mad just because y'all didn't have him.
Because when you can throw a quarterback into the tight end slot and you're putting up and you're getting like 600 points.
Freaking 600 points. Yes, it was an interesting ordeal. Yes. In my league, that happened. But the funny thing is I picked him up and I had him in your league too, and I scored 63 points. And it's like I had Pim and Patrick. I think that was the year I had like 200 and some points, and I won the whole total point week thing.
Yeah.
Award on that one because of that. That was one hefty week.
Yeah.
I think you were the victim of it too.
I mean, I don't remember.
You may have been the victim of that too.
It's
and you were just like, this is ridiculous. It's
under
like,
the bridge, man. Water
like
under the bridge.
Like I knew that New Orleans was going to go, hey, Taysom, here. Let's have you sling it around.
Again, this depends what you want. If you want that top defense or top 2 or 3 defense, you're probably going to start around round 9-ish. That'd be my guess.
Around there.
Then you'll start to see others go in 10, 11. And then after that, if you care about any of the defenses, go ahead and grab them. If you don't, then wait till like 14, 15. And then just grab whatever the hell you want and stream your defenses the rest of the year.
And because even in mine, I think it's late 7.
It's about the same.
8.
It's
about the same. Yeah, because you're still going after prime players all the way in.
And you know what? I'm going to call it out. I'm not going to call out the person who does it.
We know who we're talking about in the Ohio League.
In my league.
Oh,
have somebody fills out all the starters before they'll draft anybody for the bench. So that includes defense and kickers.
That's true.
So that's where you'll get your first one off the board round 8 or 9. And I'm not saying every league has that, because every league's different and every owner is different. And at the same time, I can't knock the guy for it, because he's won the league and he's been a runner-up before. He and Adam split the DeMar Hamlin year.
Yeah.
So I can't knock him for it. I don't consider it a good strategy, but if it works, it works. Or at least if it worked for him, it works for him. And 1,000,000,000% agree with Anthony. The only better round to take your kicker than the last is never.
Well, MIAs.
Okay. Hang on, we got to get out the calculator for George.
I know, shut up. MIAs has been around. It's
there a Rolodex anywhere around?
It as a bet, and I said it since 1993. So this will be 33rd year for the MIAs.
Yeah, he got into it after he retired the first time. Oh God, I don't know. Let's see. My league has had a couple iterations. There was a few years there where it just went away and then came back. So I think I've been running this current iteration, George, I don't know, 7 years, something like that. Before that, I ran it for, I don't know, 7 or 8. And then before that, my brother ran one, and I was in that league for probably since high school. So it's been a long time.
Yeah, I was going to say I've lived in Ohio for 24 years, I think now. So the Ohio draft would be only 15 years, I want to say. 15 or 16, I think, for the Ohio. I want to say it's under half of what Michigan's is. I know that much. I do know that. It's under half. So I want to say it's about 15. So it's not been too bad.
I want to let Sam answer the question, but then I want to bring up something that's a tangent slightly, but same general question. Fantasy football, Sam, how long have you been doing it? Sir, it's been such a short amount of time that it cut out when you said it.
Years.
Okay. So back in the day, there was
boy.
a computer program that my brother had. I'm trying to remember what it was called. APBA hockey, I think. And it was more a statistical thing. So every year they would come out with your stats for the year. And what it was designed to do, every player had, in essence, hidden stats that you couldn't see. And it was designed so that if you ran a season 1,000 times, that player would average out to what they got over the actual season that just finished.
Nice.
So we had a league where we would literally go and draft players, and you'd carry your players over from year to years, and you'd just draft them in, and then you'd run one season. So again, if you average it out over 1,000 seasons, you get the normal. You have no idea what's happening if you just run one season. And then, I mean, you know what should happen, but it would change all the damn time. He ran. Let me just throw this out there real quick. When he started that, it was on a Commodore 64.
Oh, wow.
We ran that, or he ran it. I took it over, and we kind of ended it and started over from scratch with, different people. People went different places, etc. We ran that until it probably ended about 15 years ago. So that probably ran for 25 years, I would say. Probably 20 years. Somewhere in the basement, I still have my binder that has like the logos for my teams on the front. Because at the end that we each had like 4 divisions, and we each had one team in each division. So the only rule was you couldn't trade amongst your own teams. So
Right.
it was just that was a beautiful thing, and it just ended because just like nobody had time to do that anymore.
Yeah, it's like the fantasy baseball. Way too much work.
Right.
No way.
It's a lot of work in fantasy baseball.
Maybe
All
not.
right, Ken. We I think we've beaten this horse. Draft starts this weekend. Drafting starts, and I'm sure that I'll share the results of the disaster next week, and then the
you're
week following, I'll share the disaster of the Ohio League.
Now wait, you're saying about the disaster for this week? Are you talking about the draft, or you're eating?
That takes care of the 4 minutes. Say goodnight, Grayson.
Good night.
Good night. That's it. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night.
Good night.
So I said, well, flip a coin, and if it comes out heads, have your hair
And
dyed.
if it comes out tails, say goodnight, Gracie.